Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And as always, it is great to have you with us. And I don't want to do. I'm starting to make some really brisk stuff every now and then, but it's kind of gloomy out. I thought we were getting snow. Some places in the higher elevations got it, but you know, I'm bundled up and I'm ready to go to work. So with that in mind, I want to throw this at you because I have two Winter Classic jerseys hanging up. I got the Blues from a mystery box. Go find that video. That was a good video. And I also do have wherever he is. I have the 22-23 Penguins, the old pirate one that they did in Boston. So in a way of speaking, this video is pretty much going to be something I kind of necessarily falling apart, but in a way of speaking, I am finally going to get a chance to start doing some things that a lot of people have been doing, and I haven't got a chance to do it. I've done some tier lists of some of the best NHL jerseys, and I did my best. I did my least favorite, and I did a top 10, and then I did a whole entire tier list of when Adidas was out. Now, in this video, since I have those guys back there, I'm basically going to do my best tier list of all the Winter Classics. Now, the Winter Classic, obviously, everybody knows we first started doing that in 2008 when Buffalo hosted the Penguins in the what they call Highmark Stadium. That game will always be not necessarily a relic, but it will be history made because it was snowing. It felt outdoor. It felt like pond hockey, and it was an unbelievable experience. Penguins won that game in a shootout, but that felt like Winter Classic, hands down. 80,000 people in the home where the Buffalo Bills play, and you get snow. It was messing with the ice, but it felt like outdoor hockey. Now, when you got these guys, and we've been doing it for so long, and the Winter Classic is going to be in Wrigley with the Blackhawks taking on those Blues. I'm going to throw this out there, and we're going to do our little bit of a tier list of all the Winter Classic jerseys that happened. And I'm going to do my best to browse through this because I've messed around enough just throwing my 2 cents in how important the Winter Classic is, and mostly the outdoor games, and maybe a Stadium Series tier will be coming up down the road. So let's just go right to work. I can't really say enough. Buffalo's and Pittsburgh's in 2008 are both going to S tier, basically because Buffalo's is pretty much identical to their home jersey anyway. They were in that midst of the Buffalo Slug back in the day, and then they just went back to the old school one. That was the time where they had the navy instead of the actual royal blue, and the Penguins baby blue jersey that is iconic. That was back in the early days as well. Can never go wrong with those two. That's a no-brainer. Then every so often we had a couple good ones. The Blackhawks jersey, these are all in actual chronological order. So we'll go 2009. I'm going to go the Blackhawks in 8 here. I like the stripe. It was the old logo. I'm going to put Detroit in B tier. No matter where I put these, pretty much they're all decent. Some of them are going to be like, they could have done better. Like Detroit's is about as plain Jane. I personally think they should make that a third jersey, but Detroit's is Detroit. They never change anything. Chicago, I'm not a Blackhawks fan, but they've always come out with decent stuff. Now we'll go to 2010. I'm going to put the Boston Bruins in B tier. The yellow stood out, and they played that game in Fenway. And I'm going to put the Flyers jersey. I'm also going to put that. That was during the time of the burnt orange, and Flyers don't change a whole heck of a lot. And they went back to the old '90s days with the '90s orange with the Legion of Doom days. So I give them a lot of credit. Now, controversial from a Penguins fan, I'm going to put the navy blue jersey. I'm going to put that in B tier because, and not necessarily a psychological thing. They did not succeed when they had that jersey. Crosby got injured twice when he had that jersey. Now the Capitals jersey, they still use that periodically as a throwback. One time, I think that was a third jersey. I'll put that in A tier because no matter what, you don't have to be a Capitals fan. That will be an iconic jersey. Now we get to some of these designs. the Rangers jersey with the weird crest. I'm going to put that in C tier. It was a good jersey. The only reason I don't put it like in D, and it's just because it's so plain. Nothing crazy on this. Um, I mean, this could have been better. The good thing about it was off whites, which was good. And I'm going to put this Philly jersey in B tier. Um, where was this game at? I don't know if this game was at. I think it was at Citizens Bank. If you remind me. But I like the setup of that orange jersey as well. I don't have a Flyers jersey in my collection. As a Penguins fan, you're pretty much supposed to like, by sports religion, hate your teams. But if I did a jersey wheel challenge and the Flyers came up, I would buy it. Now let's go to Detroit. I'm going to put you in A tier because this one should be their third jersey. And Toronto's is the kind of the same way, but I'm going to put it in B tier. Toronto changes a lot of stuff, and they don't know they're pretty much almost near identical. Not necessarily identical, striping wise and everything like that. Boy, and logo wise, you change up a lot, and it's almost the same thing. But the Toronto has had a lot of changes in a lot of years, but still haven't won a cup since '67. So now, nothing really changed about this game. It was Chicago at Washington. A lot of people weren't crazy about this Washington one with the W. If you're a Capitals fan, throw a comment in. Did you like that jersey? I didn't mind it. I should put it in B. Actually, you know what? I am going to put it in B because it's something different that the Capitals did. They went to a little bit of a burgundy, and they played that game, I believe, in Nationals Park. So, this actually, I'm going to put that Blackhawks one in D tier because there was not a whole. You just changed the Blackhawk logo. That's pretty much all it is. Older striping on it. Doesn't say it's a bad jersey, but we'll go on to the game where they played at Foxborough, Boston. This one will be in C tier. It wasn't bad, but I'm going to put the Montreal in A tier. Neil from Post to Post loves his Montreal Canadiens. That jersey will always be iconic, and they went to Boston and smacked them around. I think it was like 5-1 or 5-2 or something like that. Boston was in a semi-rebuild. But the Boston one's nice, but I'll put it in C tier. But the following year, here's another, it's a broken record here. Another Chicago. I don't know what's different about this one to this one. The striping is different. It's a little bit thicker, but it isn't a whole heck of all that changing. I'm going to put it in D tier, but in case you guys, there's that guy. I'm going to put you in A. This is going to be an A tier, and that is an old 80s type of jersey that they used to wear on that, and they brought it back again, and we'll get to that down the road. Now there's this one here with Buffalo here. I'll put you in C tier just because it's just a revamped classic of what they did. This game was also, I believe it was played at Citibank, I think, Citi's Field. And this Ranger jersey, I'm going to put it, actually, I'm going to put you in S, but I might move it down to A, just because it's just I just think the Rangers jerseys they just find ways to redo it, retool it a little bit. The badge on it with the C on it, or the NY, they did a good job on that. Now we get to the other one, the Boston one here that they played at Notre Dame Stadium. The striping one, I'll put you in the C. I'll put you in the C. I'll leave you there. But this Chicago one with the black and white stencil, that's going in S. I think that might be one of the best ones they ever made. But the one they did that they're doing for the one this year for 2025 against St. Louis is pretty solid. It's right up there. But this black and white stencil and the striping and everything like that, that's one of the best ones there is. And I'm also going to put the Dallas Stars up there in S tier. I think Dallas jerseys is sharp. It's that victory green, a new reworded logo for the Winter Classic. They played that in the Cotton Bowl against these guys, the National Predators. I'm going to put you in D tier because there's nothing to it. It's just a regular stripe with a word mark on it. It's a good jersey. Didn't really throw everybody for a loop, but I'll put Nashville there for the time being. Now I'm going to put Minnesota's in C tier. Yeah, I mean, it's different. I like the even word mark on there. Throw some old classic look, and even had that elbow patch on it, and that sort of look to it. But I will put St. Louis as one, also in A tier. That there's some people may think they should just go back to these two jerseys. But do they want to change? You want to rebrand? I'm not sure. I haven't decided. Throw a comment in if you want. Now, also remember too that game was pushed because of the pandemic, so they played that I believe in Target Field, but Minnesota did get an outdoor game I believe at the football stadium where the University of the Gophers, the University of Minnesota plays. Now we get to well, it's back there, but the Boston jersey, I will put. This was the game they played, the second game at Fenway. I'll put the Boston one. I'll put it in. It was kind of. It's all right. It's a B tier. I'm going to put the Penguins in. I'm going to put the P of the Penguins in A tier. That was just definitely. They're both historic. They had some 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 history to it. That Pirates one was back in the 20s when that was what the team used to be. I mean, I've seen some concepts that were yellow with the black stripes on. They're pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Penguins did a good job of this. They wore it a couple times later in the year, and it also was an off white. I think that's another reason. And what it's just my. I'm going to put the Seattle Kraken if that's an S tier. I, that was a phenomenal choice. Some people say there should have been more stripes in it, but the black offset the blue, the off white, the red S with the old Metropolitan word mark in the middle with the Kraken. Phenomenal choice. They won that game. Play that game in T-Mobile Park. I'm going to put the Vegas Golden Knights in C tier. This did not. It basically did not really throw everybody off. I don't even know if the Vegas Golden Knights even wore this jersey later on in the season. I don't know. They probably did a couple times. Now, this obviously, of course, is fluid. I could move a bunch of these anywhere else. Like I could, like both the Blues jerseys, I could have moved up. I could actually, if I really wanted to, put the Flyer one up there next tier because I mean the full orange is really really sharp. I'll just move it down there. I'll just move it to A. Detroit should be up there because I mean that was legendary. So you know what? I can actually stand by this. Um, this could be fluid. It's all fluid. It's all the Winter Classics. And I would probably just jump in and say I would probably put like the new St. Louis one. I probably put it in C, but I'll put the new Chicago one up in A or A or S tier because that's coming up. So I decided to throw a little bit of a tier list of the Winter Classics. Maybe I will do the Stadium Series down the road. Probably do a third. Who knows? I haven't done it when I started doing tier lists. Maybe I should start doing there. So you made it this far. I appreciate you hanging out. Who would you want me to move anywhere? Because it's fluid. I'm open. I'm open for anything. So with that in mind, you made it to the end. I appreciate you. Thumbs up. Hit the like button if you like the video. And as always, I will see each and every one of you legends in the next one. And I don't know what else I would move on there, but I will tell you this one. Bars closed.